Hey, this is your boy KQKC Boxing Network. First of all, I want to thank you for rocking with your boy early this Friday morning. And of course, as usual, this Friday morning, I am bringing you the good news. I am bringing you the straight news. I am bringing you facts. Facts. That's what we do at KQKC Boxing Network. Let me give you a little background on the channel before I get into the particulars of this video. We are a network. We are a family. We do not block someone for disagreeing with us. We are not fanboys. We are boxing fans. We call it down the middle. I call fights on Saturday nights, and if I want a certain fighter to win, there's no bias in the calls. So, take upon yourself to do research. Research the fights that I have called, and you will see there's no bias in it. And for the record, this video is not biased, because the Charlos, no matter what they have done outside the ring, what they do inside the ring, I think it's a beautiful thing. And that's why they are my two top fighters and my favorite fighters. Now, let's get into it. And we're talking about Tyson Fury. His manager, trainer, believes that he can knock out none other than Tyson Fury, especially since his own sparring partners been kicking his ass. So therefore, it's Deontay Wilder will also do that. Only thing about it is he's not on their level. He's like elevated 5-10 times worse than they are. Now, we got none other than the icon of boxing, Shelly Finkel, co-manager of former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, is very confident that his boxer will secure a knockout victory over Tyson Fury. Back in February of 2020, I believe, 2020, Fury dominated and stopped Wilder in the 7th round of their rematch to capture the WBC title. Now, I'm not going to mention how he captured it. This is not the time or the place to have that discussion. But let's just say he's the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Now, as I continue, the trilogy fight was initially scheduled for July 24th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Now, but it was postponed last week after it was revealed that Fury tested positive for the coronavirus, or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it shit. Now, on Thursday, which was yesterday, both sides announced the new date of October the 9th, also at T-Mobile. Now, Tyson Fury said, and also Finkel told Sky Sports this statement, and I quote and unquote, "I definitely believe that Deontay is going to win his title back by knocking out Tyson Fury. Now, Finkel, he told Sky Sports that. Now remember, Sky Sports, they do not, I repeat, they do not represent DAZN no longer. Their relationship has been dissolved. Now, Eddie chose to go with DAZN. DAZN must be paying him well, because remember, he is co-owner of Matchroom Boxing. That's facts for your asses. Now, Wilder has made several changes to his team, including the hiring of former foe Malik Scott in a top trainer position. Back in 2014, Wilder knocked out Scott in a single round. In the aftermath, they became close friends, and eventually they would start training together in the gym. That's Deontay Wilder. That's the man that I respect. Most people say, oh, KQ, you just like the other LDBC members. You Wilder crazy. You follow the narrative. No, I'm not. And I told you he's not my favorite fighter in the beginning of the video. I'm not going to keep saying that shit. But I respect him for being a man. I respect him for giving Luis Ortiz a second fight. He didn't have to. He didn't have to at all, but he did. He did because they have something in common. And that's called a daughter. That's called a future wife. That's called a future mother. And that's called them being a future grandfather. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse this morning. But I will tell you this. That what made me have so much respect for Deontay Wilder. I'm not going to go into it right now, but you know the background that he has been going through with his daughter. He is what I call the super father in boxing. He pulled guys like Ortiz and Fury out of the darkness and brought them into the light. Now, as I move on, now, back in 2014, Wilder knocked out Scott. And yes, they became friends after that. But the thing is this. Malik Scott was a good trainer and manager at the time. But he did not know that. But now he do. Because he is teaching Wilder things that Wilder has never, ever done. Excuse me once again. But remember, Wilder will have to remember a lot under pressure by Tyson Fury. But the main goal is to win the fight. The main goal is knock him out. That is the main goal. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. If you lose that focus, watch out. That's all I have to say. Watch out. Now, I'm going to go on a little further before I close. Like Finkel, Scott is also expecting Wilder to regain his world title with a knockout victory. They both have the power to hurt each other. That's what Scott said. The difference is that Deontay has the power to knock you out. Fury is underestimating, but is vulnerable. Because, see, for the simple fact, he been getting his ass kicked all in sparring. Big Baby Anderson. If I'm not mistaken, he's about 21. He's just now learning how to pretty much drive or to get into a goddamn bar. So, therefore, if someone like him and Parker, they all been trying to give the big dumbass, the big lion ass, some sparring. Now, let's keep it moving. As I get ready to close, they both have the power to knock each other out. There's no doubt about that. And someone will get knocked the fuck out. I don't think it's going to go the distance, but it should, or a knockout. Yeah, if you win in a decision, Wilder's going to have to show and give eye openers to the judges. If you have to pop shot him all night, which is fighting, then go right ahead and do so. So, with that in mind, I'm going to say this. Fury is undefeated, but he is vulnerable. That won't make sense to most humans. Is he a unbeaten fighter, but is very beatable? He gives you the opportunity to hit him. If it was our job to take advantage of those opportunities, I believe Wilder will, and I believe he will knock Fury out in the trilogy. That's Team Wilder. Now, as I close, Fury was chosen Fighter of the Year by ESPN and the powers that be, which we know is a mistake, which we know is bias, which we know is bullshit. Your track record, Mr. Fury, do not support you being Fighter of the Year. Actually being Fighter of the Year, a fighter must fight in that year. And he hasn't. So, with that, that's all I have. With that, that's all we will talk about come 12:30 p.m. today. We will talk about Devin Haney, Lopez, Jojo Diaz. We will talk about Fury and Wilder and more. This is one thing I do. I do what I call a drive-by. I hit you with points. I hit you with analogies. I am the fucking 10 o'clock news in boxing. I give you the current state of boxing. It can be from Floyd Mayweather to Triple G. And in between, I'll bust it down for you. So, at the end of the day, I must commend and shout out to the almighty LDBC. And I also have to commend and shout out all my supporters. They've been there hanging with me. All 112 that's in there every day. I get it. I know. That's not a lot. But you have to understand, I am a mom and pop type boxing channel, boxing network. I'm close to 4,000 subscribers. And I think for all my supporters, thank you for believing in me. So with that, I'm out of here. Shout out once again to the almighty LDBC, and shout out to all my supporters. You've been there. You've been there from day one. You've been there, and I respect that. And yes, I will have something for my die-hard true fans. And what I mean by supporters or true fans, and I know who they are, who support the channel on a regular basis and who do things that they will need. So with that in mind, I want to say thank you for your time and your attention. I greet you with the ancient word of peace. Assalamu alaikum. And I'm on. And I am on to the next one.